We're going to get started here. Great to see all of you this morning. And I hope that you are continuing your practice. You know, you don't have to do these live classes with us, but they are up and available for everybody when you want to practice on your own at whatever time works for you. So we'll get started, okay? Thank you. And we begin, as always, by building mountain pose. So stand tall. And let's all just start by stopping. So close your eyes. And let's take a long inhale and a long, slow exhale. And just come into a way of being that will support you, a way of feeling, a way of thinking that will support you. And just begin even right here to just focus on your breath. Your breath has a wonderful way of centering you, of grounding you, of keeping you very present, calming your central nervous system. So just take another cycle of breath. Open your eyes and look at your feet. Separate your feet so your heels are underneath the hips. And then lift all 10 toes and spread them out really wide. And rock a little forward, rock the weight into your big toe mound and back into the outside edge of the heel, and then forward in the little toe mound and back into the inside edge of the heel. And then with the toes lifted, rock your body a little left, a little right, a little forward, a little back. You want to feel the weight of the body driving down through the feet. And then come back to center. Put a little bend in the knees. And just feel the weight of the body here. And then press down through the feet to straighten the legs without locking out the knees. But you want to feel the calves engaged. The thighs are turned on and lifted up. And we want to connect with the strength of our core here. So that begins at the pelvic floor. If you understand that place, engage and lift. And pull the low belly in and up. And your low ribs back and down. Feeling the strength of your core here. It's not just the abs, right? It runs around the sides and through the back of your body. And on your next inhale, stand a little taller. Press down to lift up. Lengthen through the sides. And then plug your shoulders in, keep them firm and strong, and get a little longer through the spine, through the back of the neck. Think crown of the head to the sky. This is mountain pose, Tadasana. We're standing with strength, we're standing with purpose, we're standing with more awareness of our body. We're also connecting to our breath. In this posture, posture one, right here, we want to understand this combination of strength and breath. And then bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. And take a moment here to send love to all your family members, all the people that you work with, all the neighbors, everybody that's going through this together, right? We're not alone. We're all together in this, and we're going to get through this. We're going to come out on the other side stronger and better. More faith and trust in ourselves and the people we love. We'll seal our intention with a long inhale and a long exhale. Open your eyes, interlace your fingers underneath your chin for pranayama breathing. Let's warm up the respiratory system, keep our body moving. Shift the gaze up, draw your elbows a little close, exhale loud ha sound. Push the air out as you pull the belly in. Inhale through the nose, filling the lungs, chin level to the floor, elbows lift high. Exhale, loud ha sound. Wrists, forearms, elbows draw close. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, fill the lungs, feel the rib cage expand from the front, sides, and back of your body. Exhale completely. Inhale. Slow down and draw out your breath. So at the top of the breath, the elbows are at the highest. Exhale. Slow it down, draw it out. Controlled breath and movement. Inhale. Feel the rib cage expand. Fill the lungs. Exhale completely. Inhale, press through the feet. Feel the thighs squeezing. Pelvic floor still lifting, so we're still active and strong as we move and breathe. Exhale, loud ha sound. Hey Pat, thanks for joining us. Inhale, final inhale. Exhale. And then arms by your side, back to mountain pose, right? This is the posture we return to between the postures to reset, to regroup, right? To rebound. And half moon. Inhale, arms overhead, interlace your fingers, release the index finger. Heel toe your feet a little closer, and then find some movement. Move the body a little left, a little right. There's no rule here that your arms should be straight, right? I prefer my elbows bent. It feels better on your shoulders. So again, I say this a lot. Be more concerned with how the shoulders feel than the position of the arms, right? Work from the axis out. We'll come back to center. Press down, inhale, lift and lengthen up, and on your exhale, body to the left. And body to the right and hips to the left. My orientation is a little off here. So funny not having people in the room. Okay, press down, lift up. Feel the strength on that right side as it's lifting and engaging and supporting you and keeping you stable and strong, but press down stronger through the left foot and get more tension and length through the left side. Stay connected to your breath. Inhale. Exhale to your edge. And release, inhale back to center. Inhale, lift and lengthen up, and on your exhale, body left and hips right. Body left and hips right. So we're not collapsing, we're staying integrated and strong. We're pressing down to lift up, driving through the feet from the waist down, driving down from the waist up, lifting. Stay connected with your breath. Exhale to your edge. And release, inhale back to center. Separate your feet a little bit, heels back under the hips. Press down, inhale, lengthen and lift, and on your exhale, find a little back bend. So heels isometrically pulling away from each other. Feel the backs of the thighs strong, glutes are on, heart's lifted, exhale back. And release, inhale forward. Arms by your sides, mountain pose. Come closer to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms high, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. A little bend in the knees here. Maybe grab opposite elbows and just hang heavy. You can stay here. You can begin to work into a little shoulder opener as well as your forward fold. So interlace your fingers at your back and then begin to lift the arms. Now, depending on your shoulders, this might not feel good this way. It might feel better to have a little towel between your hands or something between the hands. Give yourself a little more space. Then release this grip and bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, long spine. And on your exhale, let's take a deep knee bend. So hands can come in front of you as the hips lower. Heels can lift, heels can stay down, knees can come wide, knees can come close, whatever feels best for you right here. Staying with your breath. Then bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, long spine. Bruna and Farah out there watching and joining us. Nice to have you all with us. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, flip the palms. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. And on your exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to shins, inhale, long spine, flat back, active half lift. And on your exhale, float your right foot back, deep step back, stagger step your feet so you have better balance. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes, press the hips forward. And then maybe let the head hang heavy. So we're staying active in the low body, left heel back, right knee forward, opening up through the top of the right hip and through that hip flexor, back of the left thigh, finding an opening there, opening through the neck and through the back with the head hanging heavy. Where's your breath? Tuck your back toe under. Let's hold our lunge here. So those of you out there, this may be too difficult for some. You can keep the knee down, stay in that knee down lunge. Otherwise, here, one long line through the back of the body, crown of the head reaching forward, heel pressing away, but the right hip drawing forward and the left hip a little back. Core still active and strong, staying with your breath, staying with your strength. Inhale. Exhale, step back, down dog. Hands and feet, whatever width feels most comfortable on your hips and on your shoulders, all right? That's the best way to judge the distance that your hands and feet should be, the width they should be. How does it feel in the hips? How does it feel in the shoulders? Inhale forward to plank. Now you can always lower the knees here and do a modified plank if that feels best for you. Think hands and feet towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Untuck the toes as you press into the feet, press into the hands. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. Elbows pulling back and in to fire up the muscles along the spine. Glutes are turned on. Big toes drawing back, pressing through the feet. Inhale. Exhale, release. Keep your feet where they are, press up to all fours and send the hips back to the heels for extended child's pose. Now we bring you here at the beginning of class so you know and have an idea that if you need a break, this is probably the best spot for you, right? This is extended child's pose. You can have the arms by the sides if you like. That helps relax the shoulders. You can bring the knees wider to get longer through the spine. That might feel best for some of you. Long, straight back, better for the low back opposed to rounding. Find your breath here. Press into the hands and inhale to all fours. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, press back to down dog and find some movement on your own. Bend the right knee, then the left knee. Keep the head moving up and down, left and right. Little circles to just keep movement in the neck. You can move the hips to the left and the hips to the right. Feeling a little tension or a little stretch through the sides of your body. And look at your hands, spread your fingers really wide, but try to feel the middle of the palms lift, take a little pressure off the wrists. Put a little bend in the knees, press the chest towards the thighs so we're feeling a stretch through the spine and then possibly through the chest here as well. Come high to the toes, heels high, and on your exhale, press the heels straight back. They may never touch the floor, right? Your ankle shape might not ever allow that, but as long as you're feeling the stretch through the back of the legs as the heels press down, you're doing perfectly fine. Come high to the toes, right leg lifts high. Keep the right hip drawing down, but reach the toes back. Shift the gaze forward, bring the knee tight to the chest, land your foot near your hand or walk it up slowly if you need. So the knee's generally over the ankle, right? That's good, strong structure here. Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. Press the hips forward and down. We want to feel this tension, this stretch through the hip flexor, the top of the left leg, and then through the top of that thigh, letting the head hang heavy. Very easy to be passive here. Some days that's just how we feel, but in this yang style, we want to be active as well, muscularly strong. So right heel back, left knee forward, core active. Where's your breath? Tuck your back toe under, come back to your lunge and hold your lunge. If balance is a little issue here, separate your feet a little more left to right. Pull the left hip forward as you press the left heel away. On your next inhale, step up. Exhale, fold. Hands to shins, inhale, long spine. Nikki's in the house. Padahastasana, hands to feet. Bend the knees, deep bend in the knees. Lay your belly on your thighs. And then grab the backs of your ankles, maybe the fingers under the heels, or maybe you just grab the calves. Letting the head hang heavy on your exhale, press the heels down and lift the hips up. Right. Feel this in the back of the legs, the hamstring opener. Head hanging heavy, so we take the tension out of the neck. Where's your breath? Easy to hold the breath here. Find more control, find more rhythm in the breath in your inhales and exhales. Heels down, hips up at the end. And release. Hands to shins, inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, flip the palms, inhale, come all the way up. And when the palms touch, exhale, controlled swan dive forward. Hands to shins, inhale, long spine. Exhale, hands down, left foot steps back, right into our twisting lunge. So left hand stays down, right hand to the knee or maybe to the low back. Very stable and strong in your lunge. And then find your twist, stacking your shoulders. Isometrically pull the right knee in. Pull the left hip up. Exhale to your edge. And release. Plant the hands. Step back to down dog. Inhale forward to plank. You can always lower the knees here. On your exhale, slowly come all the way down. Come higher to your fingertips. Maybe bring the hands to the outside a little bit, and on your inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra on the fingertips. So we're moving from the palms to the fingertips here. Still driving through the feet. Pinky toes down, big toes back. Feel the thighs squeezing, the knees maybe lifting here. Short sips of breath in and out to maintain. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Bring your hands in a little and then back towards your low ribs. Now you have an option here, third baby cobra or your first up dog. Inhale, press through the hands, lift the chest. Nice opening through the front, but the back of the body still strong and supportive. Inhale. Exhale, release, come all the way down. Tuck your toes under. Lift the knees or keep them down if that works best for you. At the bottom of your exhale, slowly press up to plank. Exhale, press back, down dog. Come high to the toes, left leg lifts high. Shift the gaze forward, land the left foot near the left hand, right? Stacking the knee over the ankle here. Safe way to practice stacking the joints. Find your twist, so right hand down, left hand to the knee or maybe to the low back. Notice where your weight is. Is it leaning all way over to one side, typically to the side that the hand is planted? Try to square yourself or center yourself, so weight distributed equally between the hand and the feet. Finding your twist and release slowly. On your inhale, step up. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, flip the palms, inhale, come all the way up. Arms by the sides, mountain pose. Awkward, there's three parts. Heels right under the hips like mountain pose. Bring the arms out in front of you, strong and straight. Reach forward, but then pull the shoulders back and in. Inhale. And on your exhale, begin to bend the knees a little bit, pressing the hips back as if you're sitting into your chair. And we're working the strength of the back line of the body here, so weight in the heels, heart lifting, thighs really strong and engaged here. And to deepen, you may lower the hips. Knees are going to come a little forward here as the hips lower, but find your strength, find your focus, stay with your breath. You have the strength. You have the physical, you have the mental strength. On your inhale, in slow motion, drive through the heels and stand up straight. Keep the arms out in front of you. Second part, lift your heels. So we're going to come onto our toes, inner thighs engaged. On your exhale, bend the knees a little, lower the hips a little. So we're not trying to lower as much as part one. We want to keep the hips a little higher here. Knees up, heels up. Shoulders in. Heart lifting. Pelvic floor lifting. So there's still a lot of action in the core. That's a constant, right? That core strength is a constant. Every posture. Hold. And in slow motion on your next inhale, come up. Right? Don't come in and out fast, right? Work with purpose. Heels down, third part. Squeeze your knees and thighs together. I like to separate my feet a little bit and bring my heels out a little bit here as my knees come together. You can feel what feels best for you. On your exhale, begin to slowly lower like you're sliding down a wall. Lifting the heels, sitting on your calves or your ankles. Core is active, shoulders back and in. Purposeful, mindful breathing. This is just balancing right here. Balancing with purpose, balancing with focus. Maybe lift the hips an inch or two or three to challenge. Squeeze the knees. And on your inhale, slowly, slowly keep the knees together. Come all the way up. Heels down. Arms by your side. Mountain pose. Warrior two and bent knee triangle. Turn to face the right side of your mat. Inhale, arms high, palms touch. Exhale, big step out, arms out wide. Point your right toes to the back of the mat, and on your exhale, bend the right knee so the knee's over the ankle, shoulders staying over the hips. Pressing through the feet to squeeze the thighs, strong in the low body, but light in the upper body. Pull everything into your center line on your inhale, pulling in, and on your exhale without moving, reaching out. Shift the gaze over the left hand, flip the palm, and on your exhale, tilt, bent knee, triangle. Forearm can begin on the thigh, and then you may want to extend the arm, straighten the arm. Stay connected to the strength of your low body here. It gives that upper body lightness. Maybe pressing the right arm into the right thigh, rolling the left side open at the end. And release back to warrior two, hold. Straighten the right leg. Point the right toes to the side and the left toes to the front of the mat. And on your exhale, bend the left knee. Chest square to the side, but the hips may never be square to the side, right? That's really difficult. Depends on your hip shape. Most of us can't. I like my right hip on this side drawing a little more forward. Feel the glutes engaged, thighs strong. Pelvic floor lifting. Active in your core. Purposeful in your breathing. Shift the gaze over the right hand, flip the palm, exhale, tilt, bent knee, triangle. Set yourself up. Big inhale, exhale, and find a little more depth. Hold. Find your edge. And release slowly back to warrior two. Hold. Straighten the left leg. With the left toes to the side. Inhale, left foot meets the right, arms overhead. And arms by your side. Mountain pose. Turn and face the front. Inhale, arms high. Bend the knees, lower the hips, sit into your chair. Chair pose. Now, find your strength here. Really engage, feel strong, connect with your breath. Bring the hands to the heart. Inhale. And on your exhale, prayer twist to the right. You don't have to place the elbow on the knee or in the middle of the knee. You can actually lift and hover Or you can use a little support. Press the hands together, stronger in the low body, thighs squeezing, feet pressing down. Exhale to your edge. And release, inhale back to center. Next inhale, stand tall, arms by your sides, mountain pose. Inhale, arms high, palms touch. Bend the knees, lower the hips, chair pose. Connect with your strength, connect with your breath. Find your focus. Bring your hands to your heart, inhale. And on your exhale, prayer twist to the left. Now some prefer legs, feet together, that's fine. Squeeze strong. If you have space between the legs and feet, that's fine. Keep that space as you twist. Find your breath. Exhale to your edge. And release back to center. Inhale, stand tall, arms by your sides, mountain pose. Inhale, arms high. Step the right foot forward, a little step. And then interlace your fingers behind you. Maybe use a towel or just simply interlace. Whatever grip behind you feels good. On your exhale, hinge forward. So side forward bend. Hinging, meaning straight spine. Press the hips back. Now, some of you may want to work a shoulder opener here. Just keep your arms behind you. Longer through the spine. Driving through the feet. Thighs squeezing. Breath moving. Core active. Exhale to your edge. And release, inhale, come all the way up. Finish the inhale at the top, and on your exhale, standing twist. Strong feet. Strong hands. Feel the energy as you press down, come up, and strengthen the hands, pull that energy into your body. Exhaling and twisting to your edge. And then bring the right hand to the low back and the left hand high, revolve triangle. Inhale, and on your exhale, hinge forward. Place the hand on the floor, foot, shin, or block. Drive the hips back long through the spine, begin to find your twist. And keep the hand at the low back. Always careful with how the shoulders feel. More important how it feels than how it looks here. Protect your body, being mindful of your movements. Finding your edge, twisting, exhale. And release, hands together, inhale, come all the way up, either round or straight spine, really up to you. How does your back feel? Step the right foot back, step the left foot forward, interlace the fingers behind you, and on your exhale, hinge forward. Side forward bend. Drawing the left hip a little back, a little longer through that left side. Exhale to your edge. And release, inhale, come all the way up. Finishing the inhale at the top, and on your exhale, spin open, standing twist. Driving down, right? You can build this driving down to lift up. You can really brace the core strength, and then on your exhale, send that strength out. Exhale to your edge. Bring the left hand to the low back and the right hand high. Inhale, lift and lengthen. On your exhale, hinge forward, revolve triangle. I love using a block. Bring the floor closer to you so that you can really work the feeling tone of the posture. Stretching the hamstring of the front leg, finding the twist, lengthening through the spine as well. Driving through the hand and feet, exhale to your edge. And release slowly. Hands together, inhale, come all the way up. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Arms by the sides. Mountain pose. Long inhale. Long exhale. Have a little water break. Maybe you are somewhere you've got a little sweat going. Hopefully, maybe. Good to see all of you joining us this morning. Let's see here, Maria and Brian, Julia and Pat, Bruna and Farah, Nikki. Great to see all of you. Thank you. Hope you're having a good practice. So important just to keep moving your body, right? Whatever way you're doing that, just necessary to just keep moving. All right, we will begin our bouncing series with Eagle Garudasana, but let's just first slow down again. Brian, good to see you, Brian. Take a long inhale and a long exhale. Eagle Garudasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, right arm underneath the left. And maybe you have the ability to bring your hands together like this. I prefer opposite shoulders, even though my hands can touch. It just feels better on my shoulders. So what works for you? Deep bend in the knees. And lift the right leg up and over the left, crossing your thighs. And squeeze tight, like you're giving yourself a big hug. Maybe your foot hooks around the calf, maybe not. Don't make it a thing. Just squeeze tight. Let your weight come into the heel of the standing leg and then lower the hips an inch or two. Find your strength and breath. And slowly release it. Inhale, arms high, palms touch. Exhale, left arm underneath the right. Find the hand position that you prefer. Deep bend in the knees. Left leg up and over the right. Weight in the heel. In the flow style, we lift the arms here. We get a little more creative, feel a little differently. In stability, we want to squeeze our arms into the chest, right? A different way to feel this. Focus. Don't hold your breath. For 3, for 2, 1, and release. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, arms by your side, mountain pose. Step to the front of your mat, crescent lunge and low lunge, back bend. Inhale, arms high, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to shins, inhale, long spine, and on your exhale, hands down, right foot steps back, deep step back. Now to the outside edge of the corner for the back foot, give yourself a little more balance. Sweep the arms back, palms down. Inhale, arms high. So strong through the legs, so drive through the back big toe. Press down through that front foot. Feel the pelvic floor lifting, core is strong, active, focused. Breath moving purposefully. Exhale to your edge. And release, inhale forward. Plant the hands, drop the back knee. Left hand, left knee, inhale, right arm high. A hand position for you can vary, right? There's a lot of options, from interlaced at the back or hand on the knee of the low back or both arms extended. Lots of ways to play here. We want to feel this primarily in the front hip, and maybe you feel it in the bottom of your left leg, the forward leg, and through the belly, through the chest as you stretch, as you come into the back bend, right? We're stretching through the front of the body, but we want the back of the body strong and supportive and lifted. Exhale to your edge. And release. Inhale forward. Plant the hands, tuck the toe. Find your lunge. Hold. Inhale, step up. Exhale, fold. Hands to shins, half lift. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, left foot steps back. Give yourself some space between the feet, left and right. Sweep the arms back, palms down. Inhale, arms high. Find your strength, find your breath. Where's that middle place, that balance between ease and effort? You know you're there when you cease to struggle. Find your edge. And release, inhale forward, plant the hands, drop your back knee down. Right hand, right knee. This is just a little help here to lift. Inhale, left arm high. In hand position of your choice. primarily a hip flexor opener for the back leg, maybe a hamstring for the front leg. Working into a back bend possibly here, so we open the front of the body a little more. Exhale to your edge. And release, inhale forward, plant the hands, tuck your toe, find your lunge. Inhale, step up. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, flip the palms, inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, arms by your sides, mountain pose. Separate legs stretching, turn to the left. Inhale, arms high, palms touch. Exhale, big step out. Sue's in the house. It says you're watching, but I hope you're practicing. Inhale the strength, and on your exhale, hinge forward, strong body here. And then let go a little bit. You can just hang heavy if you'd like and grab opposite elbows, or you can do little side lunges here and prep the hips, pointing the toes up for the bottom of the thigh or forward for the inner thigh. And we will come back to center. Put a deep bend in the knees and find a really long spine. Now you may not have a mirror, so it's difficult to kind of see what that looks like, but feel the length of the spine and the deep bend in the knees. Grab the backs of the calves, maybe the ankles, maybe the fingers underneath the feet. So grab from the outside of the legs. Yes. And on your exhale, press the chest forward and begin to lift the hips. I don't know, Carter, maybe that felt better for you. Chest forward, hips high. Notice where your gaze is. You might be crunching in the back of the neck still, so still find length through the spine. So lower your head a little here, Carter. Yes. Long through the entire spine. Press into the heels, lift the hips a little more at the end. Exhale. And release. Hands in front of you, neutral spine. Bring the arms out wide, exhale. Inhale, ride the breath up. Next, inhale, right foot meets the left, arms overhead. Then arms by your side, mountain pose. Turn to the front, Tula Dandasana, balancing staff. Inhale, arms high, interlace the fingers, release the index fingers. I like my elbows bent, feels better on my shoulders. Step the right foot a little forward, lift the left leg, point the toes. You're in the posture here. Everything you need about this posture is fine right here. Long through the body, strong through the body. Lifted back leg. Now you can play with the depth. Think of a seesaw, so the upper body lowers and the leg lifts at the exact same time. Depending on how your shoulders feel, maybe the arms aren't extended forward. Maybe they're by the sides, or maybe in prayer like Carter has here. Reaching forward, lower the left hip a little bit. That's the challenge. Then release, step back with the left foot. Right foot steps back. Left foot steps forward. Right leg lifts, toes point. Okay, you're here. Maybe that's it. Maybe you want a little more challenge, so you begin to lower the upper body and lift the leg, one long straight line. Stronger in your standing leg. Focus. Reaching back, reaching forward. And release, slowly step back. Left foot meets the right, arms by the sides. Find your breath. Standing bow, we'll come into our pinnacle posture here. So come to the middle of the mat, inhale, arms high, palms forward. Bring the right arm back, reach down and grab the instep of the foot if you can, and then stand a little taller, connect with your strength. Big inhale. And on your exhale, begin to kick the foot away from you, kicking into the hand. Firm grip around the foot so you're not letting go. Really kicking back and then kicking up, lowering the upper body so the belly may be parallel to the floor. Find your focus. Kicking up for 3, back for 2, and release slowly on 1. So come right into the other side. Reach back and grab the instep. Press down, inhale, lift and lengthen, and on your exhale, begin to kick back, separating the calf and thigh. And beginning to kick up. Strong standing leg for balance. Kicking back, opening the top of the hip, opening the front of the body here. Exhale to your edge. And slowly release, coming back. Arms by the sides. Tree. Final standing bouncing posture. Weight in the left foot, bend the right knee and squeeze the calf and thigh. And then from there you can grab the foot and place the foot where you feel best. I like the inner thigh, but some can come to the top of the thigh. A tree is two things, bouncing and hip opening, so stand taller, more strength in the standing leg, and then try to let the right knee come open a little more and feel the opening in the inner thigh and that hip. Hands to the heart. Maybe you can stay right here. Maybe you have to hold on to the foot. That's fine. Challenge your balance by just simply shifting the gaze up, or you can shift the gaze and extend the arms up. Shoulders plugged in, but fingers reaching. Hold. And then bring the hands to the heart. Knee forward, foot down. Let's switch sides. Find the foot position that you prefer. Or it could be even toes to the floor, right? It's a hip opener, so as long as the hip is opening, you're doing the work. The foot doesn't have to be anywhere. Hands to the heart. Maybe this is enough. Maybe you extend your arms. Connect to your breath. Bring your hands to your heart. Knee forward, foot down, arms by your sides. Long inhale and a long exhale. Take a little break, turn around, have some water if you'd like. Lay down on your back. You can bring the bottoms of your feet together and let the knees fall open. Or you can just kind of come into a mid-shavasana. One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Just listen to your breath and feel the rhythm of your heart. Let everything you've done so far be enough. No judgment on yourself. Doing the best you can today. Not just in your yoga practice, but everything else you do, you just do the best you can and let it be enough. Bring your knees to your chest. Squeeze, give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe lift the head towards the knees. Big exhale and squeeze. And then send the legs to the sky. Reach your hands towards your toes. Lift the chest and head. Hold or pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold. Bring the palms together and then the outside of your right leg. Hold or pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the outside of the left leg. Palms together, lift and hold or pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold. Bring the upper body down. Arms by the sides. Keep the legs up. Maybe the hands underneath the hips here for a little support on the low back. And on your exhale, lower your legs 3/4 of the way down. You can lift the chest and head if you want to challenge yourself. I know Maria's out there lifting everything she has. She's always challenging herself. Now, lift your legs halfway and lower your legs almost all the way down. Lift your legs halfway and lower them almost all the way down. And slowly lift them all the way up. And on my 10 count, lower all the way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, hold, hover, hold, and release. Bring your hands over your head. Big inhale, big exhale. Find that length through your body here. Pilates roll up, bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. The closer your heels are to your hips, the harder this may be for you. Reach the hands towards the sky. Inhale. On your exhale, round yourself up. Maybe extend or grab the legs. Give yourself a little hug, upward wind removing. Turn around and lay down on your stomach. Third baby cobra. I want your arms to come into a cactus position or goalpost position. Mouth to the mat or chin to the mat. On your inhale, press into the forearms and lift the chest. Really strong, feet pressing down, thighs engaged. Now you may stay here or challenge yourself more by lifting the arms. Isometrically pull the elbows back, but lift the heart. Glutes are strong. Short sips of breath in and out to maintain. Hold. Feet pressing down. Notice if they're lifting. Press the feet down. Inhale. Exhale, release. Left cheek to the mat. Arms by the sides. Find your breath. Stay with us here. Easy to drift off. Maybe keep your eyes open. Just gaze at the edge of the mat. Easy to check out and go somewhere else. Sphinx, bring the arms in front of you so you're coming onto your forearms. Maybe the elbows are under the shoulders. I like mine out a little bit. I like my hands in a little bit. That feels better, so play with that. Press down into the forearms, lift the chest up. Hips are coming forward and the elbows are drawing back. Thighs are engaged. The knees possibly lifting as you press stronger into the feet. You may stay here, or you may want to work a little deeper compression in the low back or stretch through the front of the body. So press into the hands, come into seal. From Sphinx to seal. Now you can play with how that feels by walking your hands closer to you. That's going to give you more depth, or away from you will ease the tension a little bit. Stay with your breath, finding your strength, finding that balance. Exhale, release. Right cheek to the mat. Find your breath. Cowgirl. Come up to all fours. Walk your knees forward, then bring your feet together, knees wide. Bring the hands behind you. Inhale. And on your exhale, lift the hips. Press them up, press them forward. Press into the hands, stronger in the upper body. Feel the thighs squeezing towards each other, shins pressed down. Stay with your breath. Steady rhythm in your breath. Don't hold it here. Exhale to your edge. And release slowly, slowly. Walk the hands forward and then tuck the toes and lift the hips and press back to down dog. This will neutralize the spine here in down dog. Maybe find a little movement. And from a neutral down dog, inhale forward to plank. And slowly lower all the way down. Floor bow, bend the knees, reach back and grab the feet from the outside. Now when you reach back, your knees may come way out to get the feet. Then try to draw them back in so we get more of a top of the thigh opposed to an inner thigh opener. Exhale. Inhale, kick back and lift the heart up. Strength in the back, strength through the legs. Don't hold the breath here. Kick up, kick back for 3, for 2, 1, and release slowly. Opposite cheek to the mat. Arms by the sides. Now, some say big toes touch, heels fall open, but really, generally speaking, however wide your legs are, the wider, it may feel better on your low back, right? So play with that. Camel. Press up to all fours. Then stand tall on your knees, so generally knees underneath the hips. Bring the hands to the low back. Draw your elbows a little closer. Feel how this opens the chest and brings you into a little subtle back bend already. Now as you squeeze your thighs towards each other, press the hips forward. Maybe a block or a pillow between the legs. Really feel that strength. Heart lifting. Maybe this is enough for you, or some of you may reach for the heels or come high to the toes to touch the heels. Pressing through the hands, hips forward, heart lifting, breath moving. Exhale to your edge. And release, inhale forward, slowly forward, maybe hands to the back for a little support. Bring the knees wide, lower the upper body between the legs. Peaceful warrior. We'll neutralize the spine here. A little recovery, right? Stability is really similar to yin in that way, that between postures we do a recovery, whether it's mountain pose or neutralizing the spine here. Cat roll, so we've done a lot of back bends, we've done some lateral stretches. Let's go the other way and round the spine up. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, inhale. Exhale, press down and round up, dome the spine, right? Call this protraction of the shoulders as they've come off the back and round. Strong through the shins and feet, strong through the hands. Let the head hang. Inhale. Exhale, press down or round up. And maybe on your next exhale, you press the hips back a little, get into the low back a little more. And release slowly. Find a neutral spine. And then sit back and bring the legs out in front of you for stretching pose, Paschimottanasana. Now, I prefer to sit on a block. I've found this feels so much better on my low back, so you may try that. With the knees bent and the feet flexing back towards you, inhale, arms high. And on your exhale, hinge forward. So we initially start with a straight spine and we grab the feet, loop the toes, outer edges of the feet or the top. Begin to press the heels away. For some of you, walking the hips back is the same effect. With the spine still long and straight, we're pretty much isolating the stretch through the hamstrings, but by definition, this posture is a stretch through the entire back line of the body. So if your low back feels good, you can begin to round here, draw your forehead towards the shins. Some of you may find more depth and are able to keep the spine straight. If that feels good for you, do that. Staying with your breath, playing with your edge. For 3, for 2, for 1, release, inhale, arms high. Exhale, arms by your side, seated spine twist, bend the right knee. The foot can always stay on the same side if that feels better. Otherwise, foot goes to the other side of the leg. Right hand behind you, like a second spine, inhale, left arm high. Create space on your inhale, create space through the middle of the body, and on your exhale, hold that space and twist. Now, I prefer, like Carter here, to grab the outside of the knee. That way I can still get broad through my shoulders and not crunch my shoulder. I'm going to flex my left toes back and stay firm and strong in the low body. So we're pressing the hips down, pulling the core up and in and lengthening through the spine. Shoulders level. Exhaling, twisting to your edge. And release slowly, counter twist. And switch sides, right leg long, left knee bends. Left hand behind you, inhale, right arm high. Inhale the space, exhale and twist. Hugging the arm around the knee or bringing it to the inside. It's really a personal preference there. Easy to be passive in the low body. Flex your right toes back towards the knee. Feel the strength in the leg. Press down to lift up, exhale, and twist. And release, counter twist. And bring our legs behind us, so however that looks for you, cross the legs like this and press back to down dog for one-legged pigeon. Now, this hip opener, there's many options, and you can do whatever option you prefer here. I'm going to teach one-legged pigeon. Come high to the toes, right leg lifts high. Shift the gaze forward, bring the knee to the right, maybe behind the wrist, and the foot to the left side. Now, Don't worry about the position of that front shin. I want you to be able to feel it. It's about feeling, right? So as you press into the hands and walk your hands back a little bit, you'll get into the opening of the front of the body and then maybe into the top of the hip flexor of that extended leg. You can walk the foot back a little bit and get a little deeper. Now that might feel good. You can stay here or slowly begin to come forward. Now, you lay your body over the leg, or maybe the knees out a little more, in a little more. Maybe your front shins forward a little more. If you have the hips for that, that's fine. And actively draw your right hip a little back and up and see if you can connect with a little more tension, a little more stretch through the right glute. And then settle in. And then just focus on your breath. Let your head rest on something, your hands, a block, a pillow. Take the tension out of the neck. Really begin to start to let go here. I'm just really feeling this in the hip, the glute muscle, hip joint. Don't want any pain in the knee at all, that front knee, so adjust as you need there. Maybe flex the toes back towards the knee. It engages the muscles around the shin, changes that position a little, protects the knee a little. Let's switch sides. So hands under the shoulders. Tuck your back toe under. Walk that foot a little forward. Create space for yourself to press back to down dog and maybe lift the right hip or stack the right hip as you lift the right leg. A little counter opener here. And come high to the toes. Left leg lifts high. Shift the gaze forward. Knee to the left. Somewhere to the left. Foot to the right. Walk the hands back. Stay here if you'd like, or on your exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Actively draw the left hip back and up. Connect to that tension, the stretch into that muscle group, the glute. Steady, slow inhales. Steady, slow exhales. Just focusing on your breath. Notice where you're holding tension. Use your breath to let go. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the back toe. Step back to down dog. Lift the left leg. Maybe stack the hips. From down dog, one cycle of breath here. And then lower the knees to the mat. And turn around and lie down on your back for our final posture, Shavasana. Arms by the side, draw the shoulders in. Feet as wide as you'd like. Arms close to the body or far away, or even over your head if you have the space and that feels good for you. Then do that. Now let's collectively take a long inhale and a long exhale. Knowing that everything you've done is enough. And that now we just allow ourselves to be still and to be silent. And as my dad would say, this is when you can listen to your higher voice. You have to get clear in your mind to really listen to how you feel, to begin to understand your true sense, your true nature. You have to let go of the distractions. So we use this physical means, the yoga postures that feel so good to stretch and to strengthen, to then let go of that and to just be able to feel and listen and be still. Find silence. Don't skip Shavasana. This is so important. To understand how to be with yourself, with your stillness and with your silence and nothing else. And then just listen. And know that you are beautiful just the way you are. You are healthy. You're strong. You have everything you need inside of you to handle anything that comes your way. With my deepest appreciation and my utmost respect for everyone out there practicing and taking the time to settle down, slow down. Thank you for your faith and your trust. Namaste.